Karibuni sana to Kenyan Design Conversations. If you have been keen enough, you will notice that in Kenya, there's a very huge skill set gap between good designers and average designers. Let me tell you, Maina, I have decided to address this by bringing you wale wazito wa industry to help us with dilemmas we budding designers have about upskilling. Dilemma yako ni kupata job, listening interviews, stories and mentorship. I got you. My name is Chantal Chendereta and I'll be your host. Sending so much love and gratitude to you, dear listener. Alidi can only hope utaenjoy conversations zetu na uzipata informative, entertaining and inspiring. Hello good Kenyans, wadau ni aje? Karibuni sana to the very first episode of Kenyan Design Conversations. Oh my god, you can feel the excitement in my voice. I'm sure you do. I just want you to know. And this is a podcast for Kenyan designers from a Kenyan designer while we have design conversations. Hello, nitakuwa introduce the podcast and the host, who is me. So you're gonna get to learn a little bit about the podcast and myself. So like what the podcast is about and who I am. I'm going to be like answering a couple of questions based on this. So I'll start with the Kenyan Design Conversations. The first question I was asked these questions by a couple of people. So now I'm answering them in the first episode. What's the main goal and vision of Kenyan Design Conversations? In my podcast ni kusaidia budding designers ku upskill. Period. That's just about it. Ku upskill. Na vision ya hii podcast ni hopefully kunaro hii skill set gap inaexist kati ya very good designers na average designers. I've said this before. If you've had the teaser, if you've had the podcast intro, it's what I say. Sijui ni wapi sisi budding designers hukosea, and you need to do some introspection on that, but yes. So next question is, what inspired you to start this podcast and how did you come up with the name? Inspiration inatokana na my budding years, and I'm still in that budding era, by the way. So bado sijabloom. I had so many unanswered questions during that time. I also noticed my budding designer friends also had questions, and we did not know who to ask most of the time. Obviously, time nilikuwa napata chance ya kuuliza nilikuwa nauliza, but when you thirst for knowledge, it's never enough. Niulize, I should know. And then the name. Jina tulikam up na one very good friend of mine who's a designer called Paminas Morongi. Shout out to you. He's a very funny guy. Ilikuwa simple actually. So we considered that we aim to have conversations on dilemmas sisi budding designers we have, and not just any budding designers but Kenyan designers to be specific. And as much as we are addressing dilemmas, we are having a conversation about it. We are addressing concerns, issues, anything. So hence the name Kenyan Design Conversations. Just so you know, Paminas will be my co-host in some episodes. Zinyatamani chukukuja. Pamoja na a very amazing designer called Elizabeth Musanga. I really hope you guys get to meet them. They're very good people. The next question is, who are the target audience and what can they expect to learn from the podcast? To be completely honest, kama unajiconsider budding designer ama unajua you still have something to learn, then you're in the right place, because tuna aim kujibu maswali kama mbona kutafuta kazi ni ngumu ama mbona mentally kughost, vitu kama hizo, unaget? Yeah. So next question is, how do you select the topics and the guests for each episode? I do not come up with the topics, funny story, and I do not come up with the guests. So as for topics, while I was doing my research, I asked some junior designers questions like, if they had a senior designer in the room, like if they were in the same room with a senior designer, what questions would they ask them? And people gave me some very interesting questions. And then I in turn asked a couple of senior designers if they were in a room with a junior designer, wangewa show nini, like wangewa advice nini. So based on the answers I got from so many designers, I curated a list of topics that we can talk about, and I'm still taking in topics from anyone who has a dilemma. Just come through kwa DMs. I will add it to a list and we will have a guest look at it. And voila, Kenyan Design Conversations was born. As for the guests, every designer I interacted with, the research phase again, was asked also another question. I asked what Kenyan designer they looked up to. And I have a very amazing list curated of amazing Kenyan designers. You guys are not ready. You are not ready for this. Anyway, so that's it. If you have me in your DMs, can you reach out to you? Just know that someone out here looks up to you and would really love to hear your insights. So can you reach out and you're still thinking of responding to me? I hope this helps you make up your mind. Just know you're not doing it for me, but there's someone out there who specifically chose you. And you do know that most of you seem to moja liwachagua. A couple of people mentioned you, Maramob. So just think about it and let me know. And simanishi intake imefungwa. No, I am still accepting. You wanna be a guest? Be my guest. Be our guest. Be Kenyan Design Conversations guest. Wholeheartedly, just DM me. We will have a chat about it. We will talk. What are some of the dilemmas that budding designers face, and how can senior designers help them overcome them? Jamani, najua sai mnajiuliza swali nimeuliza sai, but sasa where's the fun in that? Joe is on the topics zetu. So you want to know the answer to that question, just stick around. The guest will be addressing topics, and so you'll get to hear the dilemmas budding designers face and how senior designers can help them overcome. Sawa najua tuko pamoja. Just stick around, you'll find out. Pause on the seriousness of Kenyan Design Conversations. Let's be a little bit serious, but not so serious. If you know me, you know I'm never serious. Well, okay, I'm partly serious, but come on, you know what I'm talking about. So, fun questions. What are some of the challenges and opportunities of being a designer in Kenya? Before I continue, kindly know that anything I say in this podcast is purely my opinion. It is not tied to anyone I know, whether I am employed by them or I am their friend. These are purely my opinions. And if they are someone else's, nitasema. Sawa. So that being said, what are some of the challenges and opportunities of being a designer in Kenya? Aki wallahi. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Lakini, it has taken so long for Kenyan companies to even remotely accept the fact that UI UX is crucial for their businesses. Some challenges nimesikia watu wakisema ni people in their companies rarely take them seriously. Me used to experience personally. But I have an opinion on Kenyan companies just have a hard time accepting UX is crucial. However, on the right side, with that comes the opportunity that if you do take your job really seriously and manage to convince people by giving them results, they will then take your job seriously and hopefully appreciate you financially. I know you dig what I'm saying. Yeah, anyway, that's what I think. Honestly speaking, I did not know what to answer to this question. So this was just at the top of my head. How do you balance creativity and functionality in your design projects? One word: accessibility. You should try it sometime, people. If you do not already know, jaribu kulearn kukua accessible kwa design zako. By the way, itakuhumble vibaya sana. Like accessibility, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, accessibility ni ability ya kudesign kitu, having people you honestly would not normally think of in mind. Most of the time, these are people who are differently abled. Talking about blind people, or like partially blind or deaf, partially deaf, or colorblind people with dementia. I'm talking about people with cognitive issues. Cognitive, I mean brain or mental, but let's use cognitive because I don't mean wazimu. I mean, you get the point. So yeah, accessibility helps you balance because the basic rules that accessibility comes with, trust you me, it keeps designs in check in terms of both functionality and creativity. Nitawaletea accessibility gurus wa washo, msi mind, mtaelewa what I'm saying. What are some of the tools and resources that you use and recommend for designers? Okay, I am not sponsoring anyone. Sijakuwa sponsored. Lakini kama unatafuta course, I highly recommend the Google Coursera course. I am 100% sure so many people will agree with me on this, because so far everyone I have heard has done this course really talks highly of it. Yeah, honestly, why I'm recommending you that is time mimi mwenyewe nilikuwa na jifunza kudesign. I was hopping around, like I didn't have a roadmap, but when I interacted with the Coursera course, I found out that it's like really extensive. Ikona course, ikona like from how you start, where you start from, what you do, how you talk, what to include, what to consider, mpaka mwisho. Yeah, so try it sometime. I also use YouTube. I mostly lean on creatives who, by creatives I mean designers, obviously. I lean on creatives who do redesigns, especially those who do it while telling you their thought process. So msana anafanya a redesign of maybe an app or a platform, whether it's existing or non-existent, but it's still there. So you see the before, and then anaenda kikwambia also ana change here because of this, because it's not accessible, because the colors are nini hazifavor blind people or color blind people, or it's taking too much space, or it's a white space haijatumika vizuri, vitu kaa hizo. So it really like enlarges my brain in terms of how I think about design, because since I don't follow just one person who redesigns, I get to have like a diverse perspective of stuff. So yeah, make use of plugins. People make use of plugins and AIs. These things are here to help you make your work easy and not steal from you. The world is changing. Ikubali na uchange nayo. Sawa? And tafadhali people, make Google your friend. Tafadhali, aki. Make Google your friend. My newbie friends, make Google your friend. How do you measure the impact and value of your design work? So far, all I do is ask for feedback from individual people. Sijafika level ya kumeasure impact of my work from the masses yet. But I think when I do, I will measure the impact and value by following up with my users. And then like while I follow up, I'll be using the general KPIs to know where I stand in the market. Anaongelea vitu kama conversion rates, drop-off rates, vitu kaa hizo. How did you deal with a design project that went horribly wrong or failed miserably? Hey, these things happen. Anyway, kwa kampuni na work sahi, I say wana value retrospectives, and not just sprint retrospectives, but team retrospectives too. So a retrospective is looking back and determining what went wrong, what went well, and what needs to be improved. Unafaa learn from the mistakes by work on the what needs to be improved section, and making sure that what went wrong haitarioka. Unaget? So a big shout out to the company I work for at the moment, Jusahimi, who retrospect everything, each and everything in my life, my designs, my project, my life, my relationships, my friendships, my everything. I'm now a better woman because of it, honestly. What was the most embarrassing or awkward moment that you had as a designer? Sips water. Nilikuwa nafaa kuongelea history kwa podcast ingine, lakini here goes. So I have experienced the Dunning-Kruger effect. Wadao, the Dunning-Kruger effect ni nini? Mtaelewa by the time namalizana na story. And kama hamtakuwa mmelewa, I will so explain. This effect, it embarrasses you, yani inakuhumble vibaya sana. So without going into too much detail, I was given a project task, right? And I was told to do it, but before niambiwe nifanye, I was asked like severally, like 3 times. I was like, uko sure uko sawa na hii task? Niko sure, what do you mean? Mara tatu, I was like, yo guys, I'm the goat. It's me. I am the goat. Consider it done. Long story short, my overconfidence failed me. Because what I think I knew, I did not. I ended up with horrible results. The task had to be redone by other people. And this time, ilibidi tu nimekubali. I was just a fly on the wall, but I learned so much. It is embarrassing juu ukisikia design nilijichocha. Oh my god. Ungekuwa convinced I am overqualified for the task. Anyway, if you haven't gotten what Dunning-Kruger effect is, it is when you believe you know a lot and you know nothing. Okay, that's a little bit harsh, but I feel like you get the point. Like, you don't know as much as you think you do, but in your head you're very hard-headed or unajua kila kitu. How do I cope with a design burnout or a creative block? I shut my laptop. I do nothing design related for like 2 days, so that's mostly the weekend. I try as much as I can not to think about tasks nimeacha kwa hiyo laptop nimefunga. I might do some binge watching. I love sitcoms, and I also love spending quality time with people I love. So that's that. What was the most outrageous or ridiculous design trend that you ever followed or witnessed? I swear, guys, I do not follow design trends. Kama this is a red flag for you, then I'm your walking red flag. I do not follow design trends, but I have noticed there's a time pneumorphism was like the thing, the ish, and I loved the pneumorphism thing. I just didn't do it. And then I've seen of late kuna this, what's it called? I can't track my brain for the name. So I don't really judge design trends. I just don't do them because in my head I feel like I'm still learning design, so I stick to learning basics. So point nitafika najua I'm very good, because until juzi bado mi nilikuwa nafanya stories za alignment. Until juzi mi bado nilikuwa nafanya stories za white space. So according to me, I'm still learning. Sijafika point yenye naona design yangu ni poa sana sasa. Like nimefika point I can't learn any more design now. Ni sasa time ya ku explore bado. But I'm getting there. So I just stuck to like grasping fundamentals. How did I prank or troll someone with my design skills? I've never pranked or trolled someone with my design skills. I have, however, gifted someone with my design skills. Yeah. But if I were to get trolled, I would clap back with having exceptional designs. And this is why. So ever since I was in school, mostly high school, I used to get back at people by being exceptional and extraordinary. So I am one person who hates conflict. Like, nikikwambia sai, I have never been in a fight my whole life. Sijui ka utaamini, but that's the truth. So I hate conflicts. So what I used to do is I'd be exceptional or extraordinary, especially in something you really love. Oh, napenda math. Let me show you I can beat you. And then I beat you. So utasikia tu uchungu hapo, but there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, so wenda uongee chenye unaongea useme, and then I just get a wind of you hating on me for like nothing, because me sikuwa msewa maneno mob. Yeah, now it's on. Let's do the mind game, baby. So yeah, that's that. I still carry the mentality to date. Though sijakuwa na time ya follow up on who's hating and who's not. We are grown up, sai. Bills inatumaliza na hii economy yetu. I just can't. What is the most surprising or unexpected outcome or benefit of your design work? Sijafika, my guys. Sijafika hapo. On the real though, I have done a quantum physics platform where ilikuwa wase kulearn. So it was a quantum physics community that needed a platform to learn. So hapo wanasoma materials, and then wanafanya pia what's it called, challenges. Yeah. And I've also done a cyber game up, like a cyber security game up. So people play a game, and then when they pause, they get to be asked questions on cyber security. So it basically schools them, right? Knowing what I know now, najua utaniuliza kama naweza washow hizo designs, I would, but I won't, because according to me, based on what I know now, they are there's room for improvement. Wacha niseme hivyo. Because yeah, like I said, based on what I know now, I would have done them completely differently. I swear, it would have looked completely different, and the process doing it quite different. Like, yeah, so I'll just get time and redo them. I'll see if I can ask the owners if I can do it for free. Yeah, just to like rekebisha what I did. So that's that. Enough of the serious questions. So fun facts about me, or that's what they called this section. What is something that you are obsessed with? Ooh, somebody said I am obsessed with design. It might be true, but personally, I think I'm obsessed about music. Here's why. Especially the music I listen to. Let me be clear. The music I listen to, plus music yangu si ya watu wengi. The people who love my music just love it, and the people who have loved my music and were like, can't really stand it. So yeah, the people who've like been around me will tell you how like passionate I get about every single lyric of some song I like. Like, I will tear down that song. I will pick it piece by piece, word for word. I will interpret it, my friend. Hey, and I will sing it from first tune, first beat to the last beat, and I can do it on repeat for like a day. Anyway, that's why I think it is music. What are 3 words that describe you best? Curious. So I'm curious, I'm meticulous, and adventurous. What's the most unusual thing that you have ever eaten? Hey, wadao. Kindly, if you're listening to this podcast, I am telling you this secret with all confidence. Ni yangu tuna yako. Wewe mwenye unasikiza. Like, usiseme this, hata ukiongelea podcast mahali, leave this part out. But I have eaten grasshoppers, and they are fire. Usiniulize like aje. Wajua tu zinapatikana Uganda. Kuna seasons for them. I'm not even seeing the lane topic. What is the most spontaneous thing that I have ever done? Within 24 hours, I had decided I'm not living here anymore, and I moved out from home. Ivotu, I was out. I've never gone back. What is something that you are afraid of but want to try anyway? I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid of heights. Yet I really want to do skydiving. Nataka kufanya bungee jumping. I also want to do like cliff diving. Unaona? Kwanza hata I can't even swim, but I also want to do cliff diving. I'm just wondering how freaked out naweza kuwa juu chances are nitafaint kwa hewa. Anyway, what's the best advice that you have ever received or given? Best advice I have been given. One step at a time. Si ati sikuwa najua, but listening to it just hits different. One step at a time. Chantal, one step at a time. Best advice I have given. Jitafute, jipate. Yes. Jitafute, jipate. What is something that you are proud of but rarely get to brag about? Oh. The kind of person I am and what I do. But now the thing is, I didn't even, until recently, I didn't know the kind of person I am. I didn't know that. Because normally people have called me rude, bad. So that stuck with me for a while. So in my head, that was my identity until recently, like, wase around me walikuwa, you're a very good person. You're very kind. Now, mse anaiona, anaweza chukua tu advantage of it. Just be careful with who you trust. I'm like, yo, you think I'm good? Are we talking about the same person? So kidogo, nikaanza kujiuliza kama najipenda if they think I'm good and I don't. What is the weirdest or funniest nickname that you have ever had or given to someone else? We've all given nicknames, right? We have. Like, kama umewahi kuwa na SO ushaimpea nickname. So I'm not going to mention nicknames I've given. However, nicknames have been given. Mwaka ni 2010. Niko class 6. Mimi sikusoma CBC, nimesoma 844. Niko class 6. And tuna line up tuchukue tea break. It was 11. And this matron just looks at me for quite some time, and then she asks, nilikuwa boarding, hence the matron. And then she asks, na wewe kwanza, wewe huo unaitwa nani? Nikamwambia Chantel. Akasema Chantel generator. Ati shangazi generator. Oh my god. And that has been that, like, it stuck with me until mpaka venye nilimaliza class 8. Sijaitwa tena another funny nickname kayo. But please, tukipata na huko nje usiniite shangazi generator kindly, please, tafadhali. Okay, which is something that you have always wanted to learn but never got around to. Oh my god. Guys, I told you I am obsessed with music. I really want to learn playing musical instruments like the piano and the guitar. Acha kushangaza wadau ni kuwa someone very important to me plays the piano and someone else, very close friend, plays the guitar. And here I am still completely clueless, but ni sawa. Tukimalizia, what is my guilty pleasure or my guilty listen? My guilty pleasure is niko na kadhaa, but let me think of one. I have gotten so much satisfaction in video editing. I won't lie. I don't know what that means for me and my career. Unajua, hii story inakuanga tu ku-explore. You never really know what you want to do. And someone is going to talk about that as one of the dilemmas. Like, not settling down until you've, like, really found what you want to do. My guilty listen is, when I listen to trashy entertainment, I listen. And it is, anyway. And, like, I also listen to, like, some entertainment podcasts. And there's just this thrill I find in it. I also listen to spoken word poetry, because, like, why don't you love poetry? I do. I also used to be a poet. I'm saying used to because I'm not sure I am anymore. But I do write a few pieces now and then. Wow. So that has been me in a nutshell. And the podcast. My dear listener, you can get involved in the design conversations by sending me a DM personally on LinkedIn. You can also follow our LinkedIn page, DM us on Twitter. And I feel like the most important thing though is subscribing to the podcasts. At least you will get to like have first-hand info. Like, I don't have to say it on social media. You'll have first-hand info when an episode drops. So yeah, that's that. We also do have a poll and a question after every episode to which you get to contribute with your stories and opinions too. So yenye inamanisha kuna swali na poll, just take your time uzijibu. Unaweza zijibu pia anonymously, it's an option if you don't want to be known. Nitakuwa nazisoma on like separate occasions. You also get a chance to rate and leave us a review. Usihate hiyo chance. Asante sana for listening. Tukutane episode 2, which drops on 24th November. Oh, and sneak peek. It's gonna be by the lovely Stephanie Kirby. So Adao, I noticed I kept saying quantum physics. I meant quantum mechanics. Also, I kept saying my music. I just meant music that I listen to frequently. No, I do not do music. I do not record. I do not sing. Yo, director amesema cut. It's a wrap for today's episode of Kenyan Design Conversations. Asanteni sana kwa kutusikiza and joining us on this journey of learning and growing as designers. We sincerely hope ulijinais na show and found it valuable. If you did, tafadhali bonyeza that share button. Distribute it to your friends, family, colleagues when you want to benefit from this too. Also, usisahau kusubscribe, follow na kuturate on your favorite podcast platform. tunajua designers thrive on feedback, and we will really love to hear your feedback, questions and suggestions. Tunapatikana LinkedIn. For sahi, just DM me. I will leave you my profile at the description. Once again, tunashukuru, and we cannot wait to see you in the next episode. Until then, stay creative, stay curious, and stay awesome. Bye.